Turn that light off.
Hmm.
And we're back.
Okay.
We're live.
Okay.
What is this satsang all about?
Satsang all about is Sat, means the truth. Sang means the company of the truth. Now company means, do you need a company? Of course, on material level, the mind is used to Mr. Donald Company, Donald Trump Company. Now, the spirit in its purity is nothing but the truth. Sat, Sat, Sat. And that's why the word in English, eternal. Eternal means not affected by time, past or future. It always was, it always is, it will always will be. So the real essence of you is the eternity. And that's why the mind throughout the time looking for eternity, serenity, sacredness within you. Now within you looks like, because of the word sung, that there's something outside. The identification to the body, which it is good. You see in the children, the body is there, but they are playful. They are not there. And as it grows and grows, then the body take over the egotistic, the five senses, mind, and that become dominating the perfume, the sacredness, the divinity, and forget, who am I? The real you. But if you are awake and not dominated by the ego, then you live in the world but not of it, like the lotus flower. Living in the roots are in the mud. So the Chinese Tao Te Ching, the truth cannot be spoken. What can be spoken is not the truth. Ah, what a great beauty. It indicates toward that, another word, thunder of silence, is nothing but one. It cannot be expressed. The same word, unspoken, avyakta aksar, which cannot be expressed. That's what the state of love. When two people in love, then the silence speak. The same way, the person who is awake, is silence, is presence speak. only the teacher and student can perceive and communicate. Heart-to-heart communion. Even the dogs, they tell and they become alive. When you're walking, the dogs, they become thrive, dancing. Without the word, maybe their word book, book, book. But it's a beauty, it's not the cleverness of the head. So, in material world we live, money, good as a servant, bad as a master. The mind, the same, good as a servant, bad as a master. Very simple, that lucidity, flexibility. Not that you stand on the head, the whole thing start appearing upside down. And then you turn and the whole thing changes. The same way, this ego is good as a servant, bad as a master. Ego, you go. You go as ego. And there you already are the divinity, the seeker. Otherwise, big load of anxiety to the rich, famous, which I have been with lot of them, rich, famous and miserable. Because rich, famous, egotistically miserable. But the same people start loving, giving, and awake, then they become the Buddha. What is Buddha? Buddha means the one who is awake. Very simple, very easy, the most natural state. And then you are King of Kings. Then the material illusion cannot befool you anymore, cannot bring you anxiety. So, we give you example again and again of the mirror behind, that mirror yourself, not outside. Outside, you spend a lot of time in looking mirror. We are talking, questioning the very questioner, examining oneself, my own mind. That's simple. You know the story of Buddha who was born as a prince. What prince means? Access to all the gold, honey, money, power, but inside a burning question, who am I? Will I grow old? Will I grow sick? But all that did not satisfy. Satisfy means content. And then a burning question, take him from one corner to another corner, like the normal mind. People traveling to India, traveling to Tibet, but more and more miserable. They learn this technique, that gimmick, more measurable. Of course, they change the clothing, the dresses, the foods, superfluously changes. But inside, the same burning. And that's where, with the first time when got awake, he said, you don't need to go on the stressful, strainful techniques, gimmicks. Why? Because the truth already there is. Because it already is, it is so. Seeking the seeker itself, you already it. Tak Vamasi. But unlucky one, go on running, go on jogging. So then they say that meet the master. And the real master, awaken the master within you, because you are full. Either you are full of your own foolishness and monkey mind all the time and think you are something, or you are full of divinity. And that is the pure consciousness, which evading the wholeness and free of cost. And right here, right now, that's simple. Sat Chit Anand. Om Shanti. Any question, any problem? Text to you.
Are we going to keep going till 6:30?
Okay. Any other inquiry?
We were talking about knowing thyself and finding the master within. How does one start? What's somebody who's been living a Western lifestyle and has been taught certain things and is coming to this maybe for the first time?
It's not mind which you call your mind is yours. It's I will not say borrowed mind. It's the mind which is going and going and going, which is moving. It's moving you. So either looking in the realm of material world, which happened to the Alexander the Great, looking and running around and winning the world, and he meets the master. The master is naked Baba on the Ganges, and Alexander was smart, intelligent guy, young guy, full of zeal. He said, the only person impressed me, Diogenes, the fakir, but this fakir was the science of scientist of all science, the maestro. He said, I like to become like you. I feel some aura around you, Alexander the sage. And Domini, this Diogenes, you can call the Naga Baba, the naked Baba says, why tomorrow, here and now? You just take off your clothes, lie down, and either now or never. So that state, are you running all over the world? When Alexandra is dead, what is dead? The name, fame, monkey mind. He himself put the hands out of my grave. So people can learn nothing goes with you. You came with nothing, goes with nothing, and nothing is nothing. Nothing is everything. In other words, unified field, wholeness. Hiranyagarbha, other words, the wholeness. Mahakal. And is all pervading. That is the Satchit Anand. How the little cup, how little mind can contain that. It has to be broken. And that's what happened. Science of all science is the science of being. No matter what, a king has to be loaded with the anxiety. That's natural. The clever people, the mindful people are full of what? Their own mind, misery, me. It has to be. It's the nature. It's the very nature of cleverness, brain can give you bread and butter, be. But are you still running and seeking? When you are dead, what is that dies? The chattering box dies, memory box dies. That's what the Buddha teaches. Teaches mean indicate that you can die before dying. Dying to the monkey mind means Hiranyagarbha, the wholeness, the cosmic womb, which is beingness. You are it. The other word people use, transcend. But what is there to transcend? You are. You were, you are, you will be. Always had been. That's why maximum people say Satsang. That what? Company of the Maestro. Maestro embodiment of that wholeness. And the real Maestro will awaken the Maestro within you. Why? It is just fogged down. It just dusted. Your own mind looking at the wrong direction, at wrong places. It is very similar like you have a pen, you lose your pen in this room, you're looking all over Beverly Hills. Would you find it? So the mind think that is the seeking or finding is something outside object. That's how it gets deceived and it create more and more illusion. Like when we are in the dream, does the dreamer, we know that we are dreaming. So you are to be awake in order to know the reality of dream. The same way, Buddha called, who are you? The Maestro says, I eat when I am hungry, I sleep when I am sleepy. That's simple. Only the awake person can know what is the sleepiness is. Outside don't know division, but inside glory intoxicate you. That Sat Chit Anand, the eternal fun, eternal pleasure, eternal happiness, no more seeking. What is no more seeking? Gate, gate, para, gate, parasam, gate, bodhi, swaha. What is swaha? Means that the child has entered the cosmic womb. What that means? No more anxiety. Then the mind, the monkey mind is tied down to a knot. It serves its purpose. It has its purpose. You're driving a car, you put your car there, you know address. It has its own tool. But it's no more can deceive you that go on looking what is not worth looking. It creates an illusion in the name of God, something outside, something in the blue sky, something out. And that blue sky laughing over you, you big fool, you come when you are dead. Then you look, oh, after my death. All your own illusions. So, the lucky one, the serious one, the real ones, they know that bhajan mera hari kare, main paun vishram. That in that state, even the God is doing prayer for you. As he does lot of work. He will do the sunlight, the sunrise, sunset, how much work he does without any taxes. So, blessed are those who know thyself.
So what about the people who don't know themselves and are suffering and being challenged with life, and how can they find the time to be awakened to this kind of teaching?
It's more similar to the very cooking. you are cooking the water, and if it is not 100 degrees, it does not change into the steam. If the distance of cooking flame is here and this much. So it is a slow death. And that's what 99% people are entering in the mouth of slow death, slow pain. They get used to it. They get addicted to it. Pain and pleasure, pain and pleasure, pleasure and pain, this, that. Remember, like let me see the convex lens. Yeah, I found a example. It's very important to give you example. You focus on a paper and then the fire will come out. Where is the fire? No. The moment it is 100% focus, the hidden fire become, the latent fire become visible. The same way, when you can, with the words you can say transformation is not possible unless one is really real, seriously real. And the moment it becomes 100% attention, 100%, then already you don't need to try the fire. No, fire is present already. It's just from invisible to visible. So, do I need to go through a catastrophic accident, death, or miserable events in order to awaken? No, no, no. Just take the example of the prince, the Buddha. He was not old, he was young kid. But he put the question, burning question, will I grow old? If he, in the same day, you see the sick, will I have leprosy guy crying and the dead? That put fire in his, because he was a real student of life. He put the question, human mind. And thus, he discovered the nature of the mind. The body mind has to go through, because born of time, live in time, end of time. But is there something there is not anything inside you. You invent. You invent so many ideas and philosophies and thoughts. So, remember, it's not a material thing that gold can become iron can be turned into brass, brass into gold. As I gave the example of fire, is there, But where is it? Where is it? You put the sun rays and the dominant, the hidden, the invisible become visible. The same way, you are nothing without the spirit. Otherwise, is it your eyes which see? Is it your ears which hear? No. After dead body, those are not operating. So what is the electric current has to be there to make it. Otherwise, the battery, your cell phone not working, the battery is dead. The same way, where is the current? What is the current? It flows through prana, prana. That's why the doctor, they watch, is it the prana there, the chi. But it is something through the vehicle of chi. And that cannot be detected by any instrument. So, why? Because it's not born of time and of the time. Timelessness. Sat, Chit, Anand is not the pleasure seekers, pleasure seeking, which end obviously into pain all the time. What is beyond the time, and that is the real you. The body goes under sleep, wake, but that one is witnessing the dream, the sleep, the non-sleep, everything. Oh, I slept well. I dreamt well. What is that? Know thyself. Know that. Beyond the name and form. And yet, in the name and form, like you see the rose flower, where is the perfume? Where is the smell? Is it in the rose? Or is it around the rose? Or is it above? Is enveloped? Oh. Inside, outside, outside, inside, outside, and the whole side. That's why Shunyata, emptiness, is the fullness of emptiness. That's what Bhuvi, truth cannot be spoken. What can be spoken with the words is not the truth. Aha. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord.